Hello, it's me again, Nick, and I'm doing another episode of Picnic, and it's Christmas time. Very exciting. I want to talk about Jesus during this time. I feel like that's very appropriate, and I'm looking forward to talking about this. So, for a long time, I didn't understand why Jesus was important. At church, when people would talk about Jesus, it would all be very feelings and experience they had kind of based. I consider myself very logical, and I struggled to make logical sense of it all. I begin my story like this for some context, but also because I want to emphasize the point that if you don't understand something or if you struggle with a certain concept, then that's okay. It's good to look into things, understand things later, to think about things. You don't need to feel obligated to know everything. In order to understand something, the most important thing, I think, is to think about it. So, at one point, I was reading the scriptures, and a few verses stuck out to me. I spent the following 15 minutes or so sitting and thinking about the meaning. And this following idea is the result of my thinking, and I feel like to me, it's had a great impact on my understanding of God's plan, Jesus Christ, and the meaning of the atonement. So, to explain, I first want to talk about God's plan, right? God's plan is perfect. And perfect, part of the meaning, means it cannot improve, right? It is the best and most ideal that it can possibly be. With that in mind, part of God's plan is judgment. Now, who is the most ideal judge? Now, saying God is a very reasonable answer. God is a perfect being. God knows and loves each of us. A counter-argument, though. A particularly bitter and hateful man might say, God hasn't gone through what I've gone through, so he can't truly understand. This bitter man brings up a good point. The perfect judge must be a perfect being like God, but must also have experienced everything that the people he is judging has experienced. That would be the most perfect judge possible. This is what Jesus Christ has done. Because of the atonement, Jesus Christ fulfills this role. He is the perfect and most ideal judge of mankind. Going through the entirety of everyone's pains and struggles during the atonement means he truly understands each of us, and he wants to help us. Judge is the word that I've used to describe Christ's role for us, but I feel a more accurate description of his role would be a friend. I say this because judge is more so, I feel, a look into a person's actions or motivations to judge who that character is. However, I feel that the judgment that is to come is not so much a look at the things that we've done or haven't done to look into our character, but God knows us deeper than that. Christ knows us deeper than that. He judges just who we are. And in order to help us be someone better, that is why he is our friend. I also, Christ very much understands everyone's struggles, their sorrows, their despair, their failures, shortcomings, mistakes, and all the attached emotions to all these things. He knows the things all people have, will, and are doing. Regardless of all this knowledge and his understanding of our mistakes and such, he wants to help us become better people. We are not a result of our family, social upbringing, or something like that. We are who we decide to be. I think that it is a good exercise to think about the type of person you want to be. I'm talking about character attributes. Maybe a person who's more humble, has more patience, love, charity, diligence, and other Christ-like things. The only thing stopping you from having these things and being this person is you. So stop letting your past self get in the way from doing what you know to be the good and the right and the thing that you want to do. You can be who you want to be. But I hope everyone has a great holidays, and I'll see you guys sometime later. Thank you.